Hello, Shannon Grimm with Shannon Grimm and Partners at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are joined by a special guest, David Hall with Northern Lighting, and then we have Mike Stanley and Denise
Martinez. Wow.
Yes, I almost said Ruiz, but
That's Jonathan's last name.
that's sorry, not sure why.
The struggle is real. Hey, she got your name right, David.
Right.
That's what he say. I said memory for me is hard. So
Pretty easy.
and I'm like things confused today. So yay.
Good awesome day.
No. It's all the days, Denise. It's all the days. Shouldn't see how long it took me to spell Denise.
Oh,
Yes. It's a hard one anyhow because I used to always spell it Dennis.
okay.
And then hers is Denise with 2 S's.
Is it?
Really hard for it.
And it was in my phone incorrectly for a long time before Shannon finally she goes, "Oh, it's with 2 S's." And then that took me even longer because all I saw was the single S, and so it was a problem.
So yes, it's not easy for me. Games and memory stuff. It started. So anyhow, so explain to us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah. So I work over at Northern Lighting in Westerville. We are a showroom and we also have a warehouse in the same building. But yeah, I'm a lighting consultant. So all kind of applications. So industrial, commercial, residential, you name it. You know, even if you're looking for light bulbs, we could sell you light bulbs.
So, and you help a lot of the custom builders, I believe, like P&D, Romanelli.
Yeah, P&D, Romanelli, Monogram, Donnelly. Yeah, a lot of the higher end builders. Yeah, we're really trying to make sure that their clients are really situated on having the best lighting possible. So
Okay, great. And would you say you're priced pretty competitively?
yeah, definitely. There's only a handful of lighting showrooms here in Columbus, and yeah, we're actually the largest in the tri-state region. We have over 3,000 pieces on display, and we have access to over 200,000 items online as well. So yeah, even if you don't see it on display in our showroom, yeah, we can hop online and really find the perfect piece for
Live stuff for budget-minded folks.
yeah, we definitely have a great range. We have some really entry level, budget friendly, pretty basic items. Yeah, because we have some clients that are definitely looking to pay somewhat similar prices to a lot of the box stores. And then yeah, we have some really high end lights for other clients as well that are really just trying to bring it together and really have a high end experience more than just an actual product.
Okay. And then I know I've heard you say, because you're part of our BNI group, I've heard you say that there's like a warranty.
Yeah. Yeah. So almost all of the products that you'll even buy in the big box stores, they'll come with a warranty, but you've got to file that claim yourself. And that's just not really a well-known process for like the end user.
Even now.
Yeah. And so most of the time when products go bad, you just go to the store and replace, right? Well, with us, yeah, we definitely try and take care of all the people and honor all the warranties. So even if you're a couple years out from having that product, we had everything on record, and we definitely can help you guys in any way possible, whether that's repair, with like a service call or repairing the actual item. It really just kind of depends on what the situation is. But yeah, even if we can't get you within the warranty, we'll be able to keep those records and find out if we can get an exact replacement or move on to a different kind of piece.
That's good. It is surprising how often people don't realize that those products do come with warranties, and it is literally in the directions and just like the book that it comes with.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you need to register it. You need to save those things. I mean, I'm crazy. I'll cut the barcode off the box and save it with my stuff because I'm that nuts. I'm like, yeah, I might need this.
Oh yeah, see. Yeah, that's but yeah, like Sacco Nuvo, they're probably the biggest brand that we have for bulbs. But they usually all come with like a 3-year warranty. So if like your bulb goes out within the 3 years, come back and we swap it out for free.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean that can really add up. So
Yeah. Well, especially now with the price of bulbs.
exactly.
Price of anything, eh?
Yeah, and we'll have like the exact model as well too. So a lot of times people don't really understand and pay attention to like the exact model. So they just go to the store and they can get a different color, they can get a different brightness, a different even shape.
Drives me nuts when a house has multiple different colorways of light bulbs.
Yeah.
And you'll have varying wattages or but the light color itself.
The white versus the yellow. Oh, Yeah, it drives me.
Yeah, you got daylight, soft white, yeah. It's just
Exactly. Yeah. So exactly. You guys have seen that, and so that's something that we really try. That's a basic entry level kind of impact that we're trying to make sure that it's all situated. Because yeah, that makes a huge difference. You guys obviously have remembered that from going into whatever space or home that you've been in, and it just doesn't really look good. And so yeah, we got to make sure that every stuff's kind of uniform and looking great. So
now for residential, what do you see? Is it kind of a split, or what do you see people trending towards light bulb wise? I know that's crazy just to be talking about light bulbs, but are they going for the soft white? Or are they going for the daylight look? What?
yeah. So it really depends. A lot of the newer homes, yeah, they're sticking between 2,700 and 3,000. We do have a decent amount of people that are going with 4,000 and 5,000 Kelvin. So that's much more like the cool white and like the daylight white, which is there's not very much yellow at all. Yeah, like this. Yeah, this is like probably 5,000 Kelvin. So yeah, so it doesn't have that same feel. And there's actually been studies that like the more yellow that you have, the better you are, like physiologically. Yeah, it's more comforting. And it can really bring a space together as well too. It just feels more inviting at home.
Yes, I have sensitive eyes and everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends on the area because in the kitchen, if you have like a 6 with very bright light, it's difficult.
It's overwhelming. Yeah, it's reflecting off your white countertop. You're like cutting your food jar.
Well, it just changes the color of things. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and understanding if people have a dimmer on it as well too. So you brought up glare and yeah, especially with the brightness. So just having it even on a dimmer really can kind of help change. Sometimes you're in the kitchen, you're cooking food. It's more like task lighting versus you're just kind of chilling and have a conversation in the kitchen. You can dim it down and just it's just really kind of what you want out of the space. So
I love dimmers. Dimmers are great.
dimmers are cool. Yeah, they have all kinds of dimmers. They have like the flip switch where it has a little toggle on it. You have like a bar that you can raise up as well. They have like the traditional turn nozzle. Yeah, the knobs they have. So it really is like, amazing how much really goes into it when all the really details come together. So
have you seen like people buying more of the like brushed nickel, the gold, or the black?
yeah.
What do you think the most popular is based on the people you help?
So I think the standard definitely is probably brushed nickel. But gold is really making a big comeback. Yeah. Yeah. But the newest color that's really been raving is champagne bronze. So yeah. Delco.
Yes, it's dulled. It's not that like brass, that really brass, bright, polished look. It's more
Sold, would you say? So I have a theory because of the clientele that we typically deal with in our new construction. I have a theory that it's the Gen X up prefer either brushed nickel or black, and the younger generations like the gold because they didn't suffer with the nasty bronze color for 20-some years, 30 years.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, a lot of our clients are definitely on the older side when they come in, but yeah, the younger clients, yeah, you're definitely right.
Because they haven't seen that ugly, bronzy.
I'm a millennial, and
You're not.
I grew up with it, with the
Somehow.
what you would consider gold, but it's like the polished brass everywhere.
Yeah, but you're just different.
How am I different?
If you're older mindset and cheap.
That doesn't matter. I grew up with it.
Yes, but you're not going to want to upgrade to it. You're going to take that brushed nickel all day long.
I'm sure my wife would love to upgrade to it.
But you wouldn't.
I wouldn't want to.
But yeah, so I mean, that's my theory is that because like I spent years getting the gold knobs off of every door. Again, working for builders who were, 20 years behind. Like if I never see another honey oak cabinet again, I would be a happy camper.
Honey oak's not making a comeback, but different shades of white oak.
Different shades of what's that like? And the wood colors are making a comeback, which is fine because it's warmer. I like it. It's not as cool as like the grays and stuff. We've overdone the grays too, so we've learned how to move on from things. But builders tend to be like a decade or two behind the trends.
Yeah, that's why it's nice sitting. That's why it's nice having someone like him to help them. Yeah, help them along in the design. So
now, do you typically work with the person directly throughout their selection process?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll typically get a referral from one of the accountants. So yeah, Ramonelli Hughes or P&D, those, we're part of the whole lighting supply team. So the builders don't really worry about the lights at all. That's completely all us. So all of like the utility lighting and the decorative lighting, that really comes down to what we bring to the table. And so, we do our consults in our showroom, and we can always come out as well too if we're doing a remodel. But yeah, we go through every room, every light and possibility that we're looking to get out of it. Yeah, some people are much more budget minded, and they do, keep it much more utility lighting and basic decorative lighting. But yeah, some people are really invested and yeah, they want to have a really important piece, especially in the dining room.
You get people who want smart lighting and all this stuff now. So it's just like there's just a lot.
Yeah. And you get the really unique stuff like, oh, I want antler chandelier, and I want something made of wood, and I want that. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, we have a supplier that does like custom antler pieces, out of real antler. And so, it's all custom. It's like 6 to 8 weeks per order. Yeah. So, they can definitely get pretty high end in that, So, a lot of the log cabin style and more like country folk are really into that. Lake houses. Yeah. A lot of
Big houses for antlers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a big showpiece.
I guess I grew up on a different kind of lake. Lake Erie's a little different. Really like an antler, like more like boats. Kind of, lighthouse theme.
Yes. I
They
have to have a big boat to go out on Lake Erie, so
They take little boats out.
I had been out on a little boat. It's horrifying if the weather turns. Whereas on a little lake, if the weather turns, it's not fun, but it's not, oh my God, we're going to sink.
Right. Much more manageable.
Those are large paw.
That's what you would call them. So residential wise, would you say, you guys also service if someone is renovating or they just want to change just lighting, you service that as well. So do you usually get people coming in and then you're kind of helping them through that process, or sometimes do they have like a design person they hire to come in as well, depending on.
So all of the above is correct. Yeah. So sometimes they're just sick and tired of looking at that light that they've had for 20 plus years, and they just want to spice it up. And usually the first time they come in is mostly for ideas and just kind of narrowing it all down, because once you come in, the number one comment is people are pretty overwhelmed with our selection. They don't really understand. You can't tell from the outside, but once you walk in, over 3,000 items on display, it can really add up. And so, first visit is always really kind of narrowing down the finish and the style and what the real goal of it is, and understanding like the budget. But then, after that, it's just kind of getting it ordered. And, if they don't happen to find what they want online or in person, then we can look online, hop on the computer and see exactly what they're looking for. But designers come in. They're a great referral for us as well too. They definitely have a great input. So that makes our job a little bit less on our end, but it's really good input to understand what their ultimate style and goal is as well, from their professional input. We take, all kinds of people. Some people are like at zero and they have no clue. And then, sometimes there's designers that come in and they have a really good head start on what they're looking to get. And then, builders, other times they'll have packages as well, or more like a set selection. So it's a really broad range, and it's ultimately what the client's going to come in with and go from there.
So would you suggest to someone that they start on your website first just to get a rough idea so that they're not so overwhelmed when they come in?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that big
definitely.
deal if you have the same stuff plus more?
Yeah. There's going to be much more online, but the way that it's designed on the website, so you can kind of pick and choose what light specifically you're looking for. So, for example, like bathroom vanities. So you go in and then you can choose like whether it's an above mirror or like a sconce, and narrow it down with like how many bulbs you're looking for. Depending on if it's like a half bath or a full master bath, and really kind of going from there. You can also search which brands you're looking for. Some people are pretty brand specific. Like,
You have no idea about brands we like this.
like Kitzler's a pretty big brand. Golden Lighting, Savoy House, Visual Comfort's probably another one of the high end brands.
They're very high.
Yeah, they're very high end, and so we definitely have that clientele that come in, and remodelers as well. They're definitely pretty focused on visual comfort. They're probably our best selling high end brand. But then we have a little bit more budget friendly with the Kitzler, and
Okay, so fun fact about David Stanley. Guess where he lives?
Ostrander.
Yes, you said it correctly.
Well, it's because
I live in Ostrander.
Exactly. Fully over by the bridge over by Mill Creek, that covered bridge.
Oh, very cool.
How else do people say it?
Ostrander.
Ostrander. I hear Ostrander all the time.
That goes on. He's like me. Tristan, we give Tristan a pass. He's a little on the younger side. But he's really going to help. We're going to do a podcast on the mispronunciations of names in Central Ohio. That's a good one then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Now we purposely, when I was growing up, would say old and tangy or old. Yeah. Cold and tangy. Purposely.
When I was on campus, we called the river the Old and Grungy. Is it correct? Old and Yeah. And like Pickerton is a big one. And Tussing versus Tusing stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Lancaster.
Right.
No, they say Lancaster.
I know, but people say Lancaster all the time right here. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Bellefontaine.
Bellefontaine, yeah.
Those are some good ones. All right. So Ostrander. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How long you been out that way?
my whole life.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's where you grew up?
That's where I grew up.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, I went to Buckeye Valley and yeah.
I went to that old school.
Yes, Buckeye Valley. Yeah, they did at one point have the largest geographical area within the state. They're not so much now, but yeah, I think they're still within the top 15. But yeah, it goes all the way from Ostrander. I'm really over at the southwest corner, all the way over to Marengo and Morrow County, and then up to towards Magnetic Springs and Union County, and yeah,
It's huge. It's a giant U thing.
way around because you have Hayes is like the city, and then towards the east side of the county, it's like Big Walnut and Sunbury. And then, the southern part is all Tulsa. Yeah, that's like a huge growth that's been exploding for Delaware County.
Yes, it has. Like, Olentangy is just such a huge full district now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy, like, a Saddle Reserve, like, how that community is like an X.
Yes.
It's like two signs, and they're not across the street from each other. They're Buckeye Valley, and the other two are Olentangy.
Yeah, they're Liberty. Yeah, I had friends that lived in Saddle Reserve, and exactly. Yeah, that I don't know how exactly they like dye it up. Yeah, but fun fact about Buckeye Valley. So I don't know if you know the mascot, Barons. It actually makes up all the towns of the district. So Bell Point, Ashley, Radnor, Ostrander, and Norton by Waldo.
You did not know that.
So it's really cool. So
That's really cool. So the lender downstairs, Mike Beatty, his kids went to
Buckeye Valley.
Buckeye Valley. Thank you. I tried to say Big Mall, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the old elementary in Austria.
before it got demolished. That's a part.
He had twins that graduated. How about you go about to graduate college now?
Okay. So do you have kids?
I don't. Yeah, I'm single. So, yep, just kind of enjoying life right now. And
Smart man.
yeah, definitely.
What's this, sweetie?
She does.
Yeah. 28 and really just trying to focus in on the career. Yeah.
28's not bad. I get
Yeah.
you are too young. So
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been with Northern Lighting since December. It's been a really good career for me so far. And I did completely different jobs before this, but really enjoy lighting.
more of this.
So I was a social worker.
Oh wow.
So I help keep kids out of foster care. Yeah.
I was in foster care. So
Yeah. It was definitely pretty rough. But yeah.
that's why I really like the Michael McGovern.
Yeah.
That's the way he does.
I think he'll be a great addition to that. Yeah. And so, I still have some referrals from my last job to send over to him. Yeah. To help. Yeah. But it's been exciting to be part of BNI and just be part of more of the business world aspect. And I didn't really, never being in that sector, there's just so much opportunity just for networking and friends and just, able to grow a career. So, but I'm glad there's, a lot of opportunity, especially in lighting. There's only so many lighting showrooms here in Columbus, as it said. And so we really try to be the premier, the best experience for everybody around. We really like to empower and educate and ultimately enlighten people. No, really.
Love it. I love it though.
Yes. So, but lighting, it truly can be a great experience for everybody once it's done right. I mean, anywhere you can go into Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a product.
And it's hard for people, even building. Like, okay, we've had people buy light fixtures that don't quite fit. Like, it's a 9-foot ceiling, but the light fixture is like, this bit. Exactly. So it's good to have someone who would be, guy kind of abusive or kind of right.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the exact questions that we ask. Is what's the ceiling height? Yeah, is it off flat or an angled side
That you need.
Yeah. Just having the right proportions of everything is extremely important that so many people just don't take into account. And so, we have all this vast knowledge when it comes to that to make sure it gets done right. But
You sound like you really soaked up the knowledge too.
yeah. No, I've really got to give it up for my coworkers around me, especially Kelly and Andrea. They really support me with every question I have. Like I said, I didn't do a career like this before at all. So coming in from zero, being able to, have really great mentors.
You seem like oddly you're passionate about lighting.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, like my number one goal just throughout finding a career is just helping people. And so I liked that a little bit with the last job, but it was really stressful and long hours. But
Well, your path is sad too. So like I started out wanting to be a geriatric nurse.
it's okay.
So real estate's the way I help people.
Yeah. It's just
The way like I'm helping people, not like it's just money making.
and just the testimonials that, even from the group and just other people in the area, they've all had a really good experience with you, and you're much more about the whole process.
So, but I get what you're saying though. Like, I mean, it was just for me. I couldn't. The thought of day in and day out. Like I adore older folks and stuff, but just having to see the fact that people just don't come visit them and they get dropped off and dumped in the nursing homes and their family will never come back. I can only imagine what you saw having gone through foster care.
Yeah.
What you saw. I
Yeah.
deal with that too.
Yeah, I was a kinship worker, so I actually helped keep kids out of foster care. So when mom or dad had a case open up, or my job was to find their family. So, or what was known as kin, which is usually immediate family or even neighbors. It's whatever to keep like the social circle intact, so that you're not really just taking them out and putting them into foster care where they typically don't have the same investment as a foster care parent. It's all temporary. And so we're trying to keep as much intact so it's as least traumatic as possible. And so,
That's cool. I didn't know there was such a thing actually.
yeah, it's not where I didn't know that either until I had the job, but it was really empowering, for example, getting custody of a child, on a Friday afternoon at like 3 or 4 o'clock. Hey, am I going to call out, go home for the rest of the weekend and not do anything? Or am I going to stay and I'm going to, search the local family in the area and go knock on somebody's door at 6 p.m. on a Friday night? And that was the case that I did. It was a little infant who was born, addicted, and how are we going to make sure?
Heart wrenching
Yeah, it was.
and hard to do day in and day out.
Oh yeah. But I'm really thankful for my time there, and I was able to make some connections there, and just make an impact, even though I was only there for a limited amount of time. But yeah, there's definitely a lot that can be said for that. And yeah, like you said, there's a great impact and a great need for them. But huge investment that I just couldn't make anymore.
It takes very strong people to do those kind of jobs, and fortunately, I was not that strong.
And so hopefully we can have more support for those kind of people and
Yeah.
give them everything that they need. Yeah, because it's demanding. Yeah, just because you clock out, you're still with the job.
Right.
You know.
You don't leave it behind.
Yeah, but yeah, now I help people in other ways and help them with their lighting, and helping people.
That's one thing. Yes. But people can be very angry if the lighting's wrong.
Yes, exactly.
So they still need help and guidance, as we very well know. But yeah, so people can still be angry, just like in a real estate transaction, they can still be angry, upset. Or we also help people when they're going through, the worst time of their life, going through a divorce or a death. So, at least I think my background at least lets me be a little more empathetic to what they're going through, and it still give them the tools they need to do what we do, but for them.
Yeah, you're in
So-
a pretty crucial part in their life. A home is so integral that.
Lighting's the bright part.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But yeah.
Who's Jesus? That's what I always say. I'm around my husband too much. And for someone who's not actually a dad, he has like the worst dad. He has great dad. There you go. It's the worst dad jokes. And like some of her jokes, I'm like, dude, if you have to explain it to me, it's not remotely funny.
Yeah.
My butt is now about touching the floor. This chair just keeps going down. I mean, I started up here.
There's you right. We argue over another chair. We have to share a chair in our Lewis Center office. So I put it way up to the point where I don't even touch the floor when I'm sitting there.
But I can't like fit under the desk because my legs are like ramming it. So I put it down. But like this, now I have to put my legs out because I'm doing a crazy squat. This is just gradually just through this whole conversation, like, damn it, I hope no one knows.
No, Shannon is taller than me.
I know.
I wondered what was going on.
Oh, just little clicks every like minute, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait,
Did I put these chairs together?
no, I did not put. Yes, I did not put these ones together. I'm sure I did not.
I am not sure you did not. I think you did. I think it's his fault.
Yeah. So you guys do commercial, and you said industrial as well.
Yeah.
So is that a little bit of a different process, or does someone come in from the company just say, this is the space, this is what we need, tell us a few options? Is that kind of how that?
Yeah. So a good example of that. So actually, the call I was just taking right before I came in here for the podcast, I was a referral I got. I had stopped in a cabinet showroom, left my card, and then called one of the remodelers that they have. And he just called to ask about like the inlays. So these lights above us right here, like these office lights, those are called inlays. And he's like, yeah, I need a quote for like 40 of them. And so, yeah, that's one application. It's like, okay, well, cool. When I get to the office tomorrow, yeah, I'll see what we can do for all of that. And yeah, it can be as quick and easy as that. So yeah. But yeah, other applications, we could do warehouse, more of the warehouse lighting as well, like the high bay lights, automotive repair shops, stuff like that. Anything like that. Athletic facilities. That's how like above the basketball courts or above that, like stadium lighting, we can do that. Yeah, we can source all of that. It's just kind of, again, what's the ultimate goal? And what are the requirements that we're going to have to meet to make sure that this is the best lighting possible to have that? Yeah. So having that extra experience and support to make sure it's done right. Yeah, I know it can definitely pay off for a lot of people.
That's awesome. Very cool. We don't hear about that side of things too much, so it's cool to hear that as well. So yeah.
So what do you like to do for fun?
I was getting ready to ask the same thing because I want to hear where he likes to eat because I have a fear and there's a place that I like to eat that he does too. So I want to.
Yeah. So what do I like to do for fun? First thing would be probably frisbee golf. Yes. Yeah, it's great, low budget and entry level. I remember starting at zero when I was in college. I went to Wittenberg, and we have a frisbee golf course on campus. And so, I finished up my baseball career there my junior year, just had moved on. And then I remember the next day, just getting out on the golf course, still just trying to stay active. But I love doing that. There's so many parks around here in the area that have that, and it's really family.
I got one too.
Yeah, it's very family friendly, and like I said, very low budget. You can go to the disc golf store and just buy a used disc. You just need a putter or driver and a mid range, and go from there. But yeah,
There's sticks involved.
No, they're the different discs are discs. The driver,
Called the putter of the driver.
they're different shapes.
they have different shapes,
And what-
styles, and mates. Yeah. So
No idea.
What's your favorite course?
well, so I just went over to Dank House over in Newark. Actually,
Yeah?
it's actually Nurk. Yeah, it's a brewery over there, and they have like a 9-hole course that I played with my buddy 8. And that was really nice, homie. It's kind of woodsy, but it's not so woodsy that like you're gonna lose your discs. It's definitely a good mid range course, so you don't have to use a big distance driver. But yeah, I really like that one. Glacier Ridge over here in Dublin. Yeah, I don't quite like the weeds as much over there, but yeah, it's a great course.
Tick Heaven is what I
Tick Heaven. Yes, it's a great one for it. Yeah, but yeah, super excited for it to get warm again, so we can do that.
I thought. Hoover was my home course. I grew up in Westonville. Yeah, so yeah, that was my home course. And now that we live in Ostrander, Delaware, going up north, so it's state park. Yeah, state park.
Yeah, that's a great course.
That's a good course too.
Yeah. So, but I also like to rave, I guess, go to concerts.
Nice.
Yeah, like in the EDM scene. So yeah, there's a ton of music actually. Yeah, electronic dance music. Right. Yes. There we go.
I sign on as techno.
Okay, I like techno.
It's the same thing.
Well, so techno's a subgenre
Oh.
Yeah.
I
So
think
there's
EDM is the subgenre.
yeah. So EDM is
I
like
think it's just something that the younger folks made up.
House music.
how I love it. That's my number one genre. Yeah, house and house techno. Yeah, there's different subgenres. Yeah, dubstep is pretty heavy. It's like the
Fear God.
like the headbanging kind of music. Yeah,
It's all the same. So yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all just techno to you.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all.
yeah. But yeah, there's actually
I grew up on actual punk and
okay.
like
Yeah.
Cool.
Hard style. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but there's a huge scene here in Columbus for that. Yeah, Otherworld has a lot of shows.
huge.
Okay, well, cool. Now we have something to talk about. Yeah. Bluestone is another good venue.
Otherworld, I had my wife's cousin worked there for a while. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I guess they have a video game part inside Otherworld as well too, like a whole experience for that. So
It's pretty sweet.
yeah. But yeah, raving and push take you there. So that.
No, not that. And nothing.
Yeah.
So young for my blood. I can't, like, I've reached the point finally where I can't listen to new music.
Yeah.
I think it happened during COVID. Like, when I heard the song, I fell in love with the emu girl.
Okay.
I don't even know that song.
What the F is this?
Right.
Like, I can't do it. So I
I
stopped.
don't even know what song that is. Do you know what song that is, Tristan? I fell in love with the emu girl.
It's MGK.
Apparently he knows it.
MGK.
Oh
It's It's MGK, yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Dude just is an idiot.
Yeah.
All right, you got a favorite restaurant or a favorite place to go out to eat?
I really like Wario's right there.
Oh, great sandwiches.
Exactly, right. Good Friends, which is one of their sister companies as well too. Yeah, those are really yeah.
What about up in Ostrander? Are you a Midway guy? Do you like the
Oh, I
do you like
love
the-
Midway. Yeah, I was just talking with that with Wayne this morning. Yes, the biggest ever. It is. It is. So
Everybody
Yeah.
is trying to raise about the gas station food.
oh, it's great. Yeah.
The one place where apparently you can get gas station food and not die from it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it was. So did you live in Ostrander when it was a shack?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it used to be a shack, and they still have the same ovens, I think.
Oh, and they shut down for a bit during the rebuild, and I was like, what do I?
Yeah, and so I know Chris has done a really good job, the owner over there.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, it's crazy that they have a car wash and a dog wash there, and now they have a lot more pumps and yeah,
Full bar. You can get growlers filled up there. You pay an insane beer selection. It's
they have really high end cheeses and other products as well too. I know they have a deli right there. Yeah, they have like daily lunch specials. It's the perfect.
their hot food at lunch. Their lunch specials. They make some amazing pork chops sometimes. Barbecue chicken.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I know their soups are good. Yeah, it's been cool to see that place really kind of blossom, and it's the perfect location. Yeah, I mean between Dublin, Delaware, and Marysville, right there on 36. Like you couldn't find a more prime location for them.
So everybody raves about it.
Yeah, you got to come by. Yeah. They're also making the Hank's barbecue.
Yeah.
We're at Tavern 40, where Tavern 42 used to be.
So that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
It was Clydesdale.
Yeah, Clydesdale's own house. I previous.
Never went to Clydesdale.
I was there twice. I never was okay. Yeah. Every business that's been there has really kind of struggled on that location.
Well, they have.
But I think that Hank's barbecue is
I had someone almost buy it. I was getting ready to write an offer on it when Clydesdale was selling it, and they were like, "There's just too much for me to do here. There's too much equipment to move."
yes.
And so I was like, the right buyers out there. It took a while to sell, but
It did.
someone finally bought it. And I was like, yes, a barbecues. Well, we're psyched. Every time I drive by, I see them.
Oh yeah,
doing work on it.
Oh yes. And so I know Drum Village right there has been like exploding, and all the other development in Ostrander as well.
Which is so far back now.
Exactly. It's already that new Kroger right there. I hope they put a Sheetz right there. I love Sheetz.
Yeah, right by the Kroger on 42.
Yeah.
We need a
When if you go down to but I would love a Buc-ee's. That would be a problem for me.
Yes. Oh,
yeah, my husband there. Only Bridgie, so that's just what he is.
right. Or Bussies, have you seen that? Or the Instagram?
No,
Yeah, there's so many videos, meme videos online for it. It's really funny. So.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It'd be an eye to that.
What?
Bucci's her.
Zuchis, right?
But yeah, so counting down to the one in Dayton. So waiting for one here locally.
I think they do too.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot right there on 42.
The sheets, I tried their sandwiches. They weren't that great.
They're okay. I like how they're 24 hours.
They're 24 hours and the prices are good.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be my age, 24 hours, but something totally different.
Right. Coming
If you're in, it was like, why isn't anything around here open? So when I first moved here, nothing was open past 6, like on a Sunday, and like a lot of stuff was closed on Sundays, and nothing was open past 9. Clintonville didn't even sell alcohol. It was dry. I'm like, it's the city of Columbus. How is it dry?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a different.
Westerville screwed you guys over with that whole area because the Prohibition headquarters were there. And
I know.
they kept their Westerville was dry until like 20 years ago. It's nuts.
Yeah.
They were just so weird. Like he's like, what?
Yeah, there was a whole prohibition history, in Westerville. Yeah, they were bootlegging and everything at that
Yeah, those lads.
ground. Yeah.
So they didn't have any. You couldn't even buy beer in a grocery store or gas station in Westerville.
You couldn't buy you couldn't buy it anywhere in Clintonville. It was the city of Columbus. I'm like, but the city of Columbus isn't dry. How is this Clintonville? Like, I don't know.
It was nuts.
Yeah. But like you could just go down the street and you could buy alcohol. But now I don't even really drink alcohol, so who cares?
Have you been to
Our steak is not mine.
that taco truck in Clintonville?
No.
No? Okay. It's like the best rated in at least Ohio.
I feel like Shannon doesn't trust food trucks.
Yeah.
I just selective food truck.
Selective, okay. Yeah. What's your go-to food truck?
What's that one?
Brother's name?
No. No, I do like Cousin's Lobster.
Oh, Cousin Maine. Yes.
Cousin's Maine. I said Brother's Maine. I meant Cousin's Maine.
Yeah.
There's that one. What's the one? It's like, it's not tortillas. It's crap. It's like pitas. It's pita something.
Okay.
Pita ends?
It might be pita. No, it's not pita ends. It's a black one. Yeah. Pita ends is not pita stuff. It's a lot of pita and uses a lot of curry. That is not my thing.
More like Indian style.
It is not my thing.
Okay.
Now this place, it's like fresh, like really fresh food. And oh Jesus, why don't you know? Slavi would know.
I don't eat it. Whatever this place. I want to find out about it though.
It's more healthy, and they have so at Crooked Can they have like a. I love Crooked Can, except for the Crooked Can version is nasty because they just let the food sit there. But food truck, it's actually better. It's fresher. And
Ringing endorsement.
Abby would know it too. Slavi and Abby would both know it. What's it called? Peatabilities.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Peatabilities.
Yes. Was ice cream. But yes, Peatabilities is awesome. That's my favorite treat.
Okay. Yeah.
Cousin's Maine lobster is so expensive. It's not really.
Yeah.
But you do like it. I know you like it.
Yeah.
But when you're paying like $70 for lunch, it's not great.
It hurts.
Yeah. My favorite's probably Flavor Neighbor. My buddy started up like a barbecue food truck. Yeah, he's sets up over at Two Tones Brewery, typically on Sundays. Yeah, but he does like a lot of brisket and burnt ends and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah. If you want a good beer and some good barbecue, go see Flavor Neighbor on Sundays. Yeah. Yeah. His brother has a cool smoothie truck too. Ooey smoothie.
See, there's a bubble tea truck too that I
Okay.
But I can like some food trucks. I don't know.
Yeah.
When we've gone to several, like the one little burger one. What was that little burger? It was a trailer.
The slider. Yeah, it was a trailer. The slider place. That was pretty good.
7 sliders or something.
Savvy Sliders?
Yeah.
No, it was like 7 something.
7. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. Have you guys been to the Columbus Food Truck Festival over at the fairgrounds?
How many people there?
Yeah. There's a lot of people there.
I only eat so much food.
Yeah.
I can eat forever. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Bottomless. It's just constant eating. I could do it.
It would be super expensive for me because I like to try a little bit of everything. And then the rest would go to waste. So.
Perfect. I'll come with you. Let's
Oh,
go.
no, that's I use my diet plan. Eat whatever I don't eat. And that way I have to sample stuff, and he'll just eat the rest.
Love it. Let's go to this. Let's go to the food truck fest.
Yeah.
We'll see.
For sure.
I do like the fact that the place here in Dublin now, North Market,
Okay.
and then was at Food Hall,
Yeah.
Dairy.
but dairy, that kind of stuff. They see in Crippet Can, it kind of seems like, I don't know, like indoor food trucks.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yes.
Food hall. Yeah.
That's how I feel there. So I kind of like that. Except for, Pete Abilities needs to step it up at Cricket Can, or I'd be there all the time.
Yeah.
It's like fruit truck.
Well, let's give them a call. Let's let them know.
Lots of homework.
And once we get enough residents in our condos, I think we should do food truck days.
Yeah, on Saturdays or once a month, something like that.
Something. That way we don't do anywhere for food, which is walk out.
That would be fun.
I think that would be a lot of fun. But anyhow, so anything else you like to do for fun?
Anything else I like to do?
Like to travel out?
I love to travel. Yeah, I was actually going to say that. I love to travel. My sister lives in DC, so that's always a good place for me to go.
I've never been.
Oh, really?
I've been everywhere, but I've never been to DC.
Yeah, she would definitely give you a nice tour over there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She used to work in the previous administration, and she's worked at the Supreme Court, everything like that. Yeah, so, but yeah, she's very well versed. She lives in Capitol Hill. So yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, she's my twin. Yeah, her name's Hannah.
Oh, I had a twin.
Yep, I have a twin. Yeah, Hannah. Yeah, she's like 4'11", 3/4. Yeah, but she's feisty and she serves the world. So
That's awesome.
yeah, she's cool. And I like to go to California where my parents grew up. Yeah, they grew up in western Sonoma County in like wine country. And so yeah, my mom grew up about 10 minutes off the coast, and my dad was like 40 minutes in off the coast, but they were in the same school district. Yeah, they don't have straight roads there just because of all the terrain. But yeah, going there, like Bodega Bay, that's kind of a famous place over there. Yeah, along Highway 1. Yeah, they go the whole way up and down the coast of California. So yeah, going to the beach over there, and yeah, I'm glad I don't live there, but it's a great place to visit.
Great place to visit for sure.
Very expensive, but yeah.
Yeah, my sister and her family just moved back a couple years ago now. They were living in San Diego, and
Whole different world.
whole different world.
San Diego is a totally different. It's just totally different, and it's also not super warm there. It's not when I've been on.
Yep. During the summer, it's very warm.
I was gonna say it was always warm at her place, but she lived a little inland.
I guess I have gone there in like November.
The water's always cold. I'll tell you that much. I went in the summer, and one of the times, and we went to stayed in Carlsbad, and we went out to the beach too, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a beach goer.
Yeah.
I'd never know.
What do you like to do?
Not go to beaches. No, but somehow love cruising.
Okay.
So don't like water, but love.
Love being above the water, but in a big safe vessel.
Yes, in a nice floating city. And the Titanic story was always my favorite as a kid, so it all makes great sense. It's all because I promised a 7-year-old I would take him on a cruise because he wanted to go on one. So I told him when he was 10. So it gave me 3 years to get my crap together.
Yeah.
So
Now you can't stop.
now my husband didn't want to go either. He had no interest in going. I said, you got to figure it out because we're taking him on a cruise. You really going or not? And he said, fine, I'll go. So now we go all the time. He wants to go on 2 cruises a year.
Okay.
Can't afford.
Right.
But he at least gets one a year. Yes. So we're going to Europe again. So
Oh, wow.
we're going into Spain, and then we're going to Italy. So I get to go to the Vatican.
Oh, wow. That'll be a great experience.
Didn't get to go to the Vatican. We were there one other time, and this time I didn't make sure we go. So,
So that'd be pretty cool.
but my husband's still nervous about going with the teenager. They'll be fine. We're staying in a Hilton, but he did make his mom leave Mexico after 24 hours. So,
Oh, well.
because it was too hot for him.
Wow.
Nah, you'll tell him to suck it up, Buttercup.
Right.
Gonna happen. But I'm making sure the cars that we're in and stuff are air conditioned. And when we went to Italy, we had a guide, and we had like a open air golf cart. Not good because this one doesn't like heat either.
Oh, well.
So this time I rented a guide with the air conditioner.
Was say it's hot. It's hot there in the summer.
Yes. Because it was like after 5 hours, I'm like, yeah, we're good. Just take us back. Like, we're done. Because it was just so hot. And like, I'm not waiting for the Vatican. So now I have a fast pass for the Vatican. My husband's like, what is this, Disney?
It says Disney Fast Pass to you in the bed.
Yeah. And then we rented a tour guide for like 8 hours that's in an air-conditioned van. So there will be nothing for him to complain about.
Okay.
But
He doesn't complain about me anyway.
he'll find somewhere.
Right. He's learned.
Yeah, except for we're at the Grand Canyon and both of us are like, okay, now what do we do? That's a big hole. It's kind of cool, but what do we do?
You ride a donkey down.
Right.
No, you did. So yeah, so the kid and I are pretty similar in what entertains us. So it's pretty similar. Oh dear. Harrison's car. Sorry. But anyhow. So thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. Let people know how they would get a hold of you.
Yeah. So you can call our showroom 614-891-7600. Or you could email me, davidh@northernlighting.net. Our website is northernlighting.net, and we are located over at 5585 West Royal Road, about a mile south of 270. So
Pretty good.
yeah,
Pretty easy to get to.
yeah, super easy to get to. Yeah, parking's pretty good. Yeah, I would say probably don't come in on a Saturday if you can help it. Yeah,
Doesn't go anywhere on a Saturday.
be very busy on Saturdays.
Somebody goes to Costco on the weekend. That big ass. Try Sunday.
It's when I'm told I have to go, and it was around work. So
Yes, Sunday after church, worst time to go.
But anyhow, thank you all for joining us today. And until next time, make sure to
like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at Shannon Grimm Realtor and at 614 Real Estate Nerds.
thank you.